Today, our EverDear team is at the Gentle Barn in Santa Clarita. We've been working with them to enhance our mutual understanding of the power of transformation through grief, loss, and hardship. And we're so excited to sit down with their founder, Ellie, and chat with her about her animal sanctuary and also her experience witnessing the healing powers of her animals. So, Ellie, just like you, we connect with animal lovers on a daily basis, many of which have had pets influence their lives in meaningful and lasting ways. In your experience, how have you seen your animals impact individuals going through grief?
The animals at the Gentle Barn are instrumental for people grieving. People who have lost children, people who have lost parents, grandparents, and people who have lost their own pets. You know, grief is a really hard thing. It hurts, and there's not much to talk about. You're just in pain. So coming to the Gentle Barn and cuddling a turkey, petting a goat or sheep, watching piggies walk around wagging their tails, holding chickens in your arms, feeding horses, and our magical, legendary cow hug therapy sessions. It supports, heals, and embraces people that are suffering loss in ways that require no words and no discussion, but the people leave feeling healed and hopeful.
Though it's almost intangible, what do you think are some of the unique qualities that make them such effective companions for those of us in emotional distress?
All animals, of course, they give us unconditional love. They don't judge us. They accept us where we are and what we're dealing with. But I think also when we're near animals, we feel like our best selves, and that helps resuscitate a broken soul. Animals are remarkably intuitive. And so even though our guests might not tell us humans what they're going through, the animals know. And the animals are there for them. Whether they need to giggle and laugh and the animals do something silly, whether they need to get grounded and centered and the animals meditate with them and hold still, or whether someone is in deep trauma and that animal will wrap their neck around them and hold them and heal them like a good mom hug would.
Absolutely. And it's as though they can match our energy, meet us where we're at, and guide us to where we need to be. And meaningful connections like this are what inspire our team on a day-to-day. Would you mind sharing a memorable story of when one of your animals significantly helped someone coping with difficult emotions?
So honestly, this answer, I'm going to talk about me. Cow hug therapy was created at the Gentle Barn because of my very first cow Buddha. I was going through the stress of trying to get a nonprofit off the ground, running groups, caring for animals, and doing it all in my half-acre backyard by myself. At the end of the days, I felt stressed, I felt exhausted, I felt scared. And my first cow Buddha would wrap her neck around me and hold me. And she would just wash away the stress of the day and get me stronger and more hopeful for the next morning. It only took a couple of weeks for me to realize that I could not keep these life-saving hugs to myself, and I had to share them with other hurting humans in the world. So I opened a phone book and I started inviting people from foster agencies, drug and alcohol rehab centers, domestic violence shelters, homeless shelters, people out in the world that were hurting. And I said, you've got to come and heal with our animals. And they came out, and even the most hardened, defensive, cold and scared melted in the embrace of Buddha.
The picture you chose of Buddha for your book of life brought a big smile to all of our faces this morning. Would you mind sharing some of your fondest moments with Buddha?
I chose this picture of Buddha on the cover of this beautiful book because it's one of my fondest memories of her. And back in those days, we had grass because we had more rain. And so Buddha used to wander around the property eating the grass. And then after she ate her fill, she would lay down in the sun. And I remember taking this picture. I remember going to find her and sitting in front of her as she rested her face on the ground. And I remember we meditated together, and I told her how much I loved her, and I picked grass for her and fed her. And that memory is just so locked in my mind of a very special time for me and Buddha. And I'm really excited about this book. It's got that beautiful picture, but it's got these other pages so I can incorporate other pictures of her. I can write down little memories or even a letter to her. And then of course, this is where the memorial diamond will be. So the diamond is going to be so important, but then I get this keepsake box too. So over the last 25 years, we have literally rescued thousands of animals at the Gentle Barn. And what I realize is that these animals have much shorter lifespans than we do. And so we've said goodbye so many times, and what it's helped me do is really cherish the time that we have together. I think when someone loses one or even two loved ones, they're suffering so much grief. But with so many of us that have lots of loved ones and we get older and we start losing more and more loved ones, we just really learn to appreciate the moment that we have with our loved ones, say I love you every single day, say what we're feeling so that when they're taken from us, there's never any unsaid words. And so having this way to memorialize those deep bonds and relationships while they're alive or when they pass is a comfort.